Ken English, and I'm in Ann Arbor, Michigan for ASHI's Great Lakes chapter. ASHI's Great Lakes chapter in Ann Arbor, Michigan has had an educational conference, and I'm with Don Randazzo. Don, we're at the Pier House. Maybe you could just take a minute and explain to me what it is that's going to take place here. What do you mean when you say a Pier House review?
Right. This is a house where a group of inspectors are going to test their knowledge of a home inspection. They haven't been told anything about the house. They're going to be on their own. They're going to be trying to find all the defects that are here at this house. Then they're going to go back before their peers. That's why it's called a peer review. And they're going to explain all the defects that they found. And the purpose of this exercise is to see if they found everything that a previous group of inspectors determined was necessary to find to make them qualified to be a good home inspector. And then later on, there's going to be a group that comes through with sole purposes to just educate them. We're going to tell them what all the defects are. We're going to show them why they're a defect, and we're going to show them the consequence of the defect and that sort of thing. And they're going to learn how to be a good home inspector, how to be a better home inspector. And that's the whole purpose of this exercise today. That's what it's about.
The Great Lakes chapter of ASHI, and ASHI stands for the American Society of Home Inspectors. Great Lakes chapter covers what region?
The Great Lakes chapter covers the Midwest. It covers Illinois, Indiana, Wisconsin, Ohio, Michigan. That's about it. In the Midwest, there's a few hundred members for this chapter. It's one of the biggest chapters that ASHI has. And we give 3 conferences every year. Michigan, we're going to Indiana this year. There's going to be one in Illinois. And those are the 3 primary areas we draw our attendance from. And today, this conference, which starts, well, today, tomorrow, Sunday, it's going to be in Ann Arbor, Ypsilanti area.
And your business as a home inspector, how long have you been doing it?
I've been inspecting for probably around 20 years. I do home inspection, I do radon testing, I do synthetic stucco, which is EFIS. I've been doing that for a number of years. And I do inspections for finance companies who are financing construction projects. And I do third-party inspections of EFIS for the city of Southfield. If they don't have an EFIS inspector, they require that on all their commercial jobs. Communities who aren't familiar with EFIS, those inspectors too. Rochester, Michigan, and, Holland, Michigan. This is one third-party EFIS inspector.
Well, thank you very much for your time. We'll do this again periodically as the weekend evolves and try to track it a little bit more. So I'm at the Pier House Review in Ann Arbor, Michigan, part of the ASHI, American Society of Home Inspectors, Great Lakes Chapter Education Conference. This is Ken English. This is Ken English. I'm at the Washington Community College at the ASHI Educational Conference for the Great Lakes Chapter. I'm with Frank Lesh, the education chairman. Frank, beautiful venue. Going back to college is really kind of cool. Nice lecture room and everything. Why do you guys get together? What is important about this? So introduce yourself, just say who you are, and then just tell me what's going on here.
Take it like this. My name is Frank Lesh. I'm the education chairman of the Great Lakes Chapter. And the reason we do these things is, well, there's a couple reasons. One is to educate our inspectors so that they can be up to date with the latest good things and bad things that are happening in the home inspection industry. And the other thing is the camaraderie. There's a lot of camaraderie that goes around, and people need to see each other and talk to each other. Things they can't do in a book or online, because this is live, you hear real good stories, and it's just a great way to figure out what's going on.
You are yourself a home inspector.
Yes, I am. I have my own business. I'm in the Chicago area, but our chapter travels all the way throughout the Great Lakes region.
Your experience, just a little bit of when you started and how it's changed, bringing it up to date.
Yeah. Well, I started in 1989. That's when I formed my company, and lots of things have changed. And that's the fun part about the home inspection industry. It's not the same old thing every time. And so there's new equipment coming out, new procedures, new methods of trying to save money from builders. Some work, some don't. And the advantage or disadvantage, depending how you look at it, that inspectors have is we see a home, not just brand new homes that are built, like a builder may see the latest and greatest thing. We see homes that maybe 10 years ago a great idea came up. And now we find out after 10 years it wasn't such a good idea. So we get that experience through time from different parts of the country where something is good here, we tried it there and it's not so good. So weather has a factor. There's lots of reasons, but that's the advantage of the education, learning new stuff.
Well, learning new stuff, I mean, that's what you heard in your opening preface. You're just talking about new ideas. What's happening this afternoon?
Okay, this afternoon we're doing something really unique. This morning or yesterday we went through a house with a conventional way of doing a home inspection. And what we did then, we had somebody come in and follow up using infrared technology. And he is going to do a presentation on the same house that we did as inspectors like we always do. But now we're looking at it from a different perspective. What could we have seen had we used this type of device? And I think it's going to be an eye-opener for a lot of guys, and I'm really looking forward to it.
Well, certainly the infrared it does exhibit and display something that the naked eye, the individuals can't see. Is it new in the home inspection industry, or has it been around for a while?
Well, IR has been around for a while, but it really has been used, I think, maybe for other things. And I'm not saying that every home inspector is now going to go out and buy an IR camera, but a lot of us get into the really forensic type inspections where we don't just do the normal home inspection. Somebody calls us and says, hey, we got a real problem here. Well, maybe IR would be a way to look at this. And even if we don't decide to do it, we know about it, so now we can refer it to somebody who does use that type of stuff.
Do you have a website yourself for your company?
I do. Yeah, my website is homesweethomeinspection.com. Now, it's pretty old, and that's another reason that I wanted to have this session, because we have another gentleman coming in who's going to teach us about social networking. And this is a way to get us into the 21st century. And I'm definitely made improvement in my website.
We'll look forward to his presentation. This is Ken English in Ann Arbor, Michigan.